Have you ever looked at the world and wondered, what is this really made of? Not the buildings, the people, or the things, but the essence of it all. What if I told you that the true substance of the world isn't matter, but consciousness? Sounds strange? Stick with me. Because what we're exploring today is one of the most powerful, paradigm-shattering ideas ever taught. Consciousness is the only reality, and it's not just a spiritual idea. It's a revolutionary key to understanding how your world is shaped, moment by what you accept as true inside your own mind. This isn't about wishful thinking, it's not about positive vibes only. It's about a radical inner shift, a recognition that what you call life is actually a reflection of your own consciousness. This idea comes directly from the teachings of Neville Goddard. He didn't speak from theory, he spoke from experience. For Neville, the outer world was nothing more than the shadow cast by our inner state. And once you grasp that, you begin to take your power back. Let's break it down. When Neville says consciousness is the only reality, he means this quite literally. Everything you see, feel, touch, or hear, everything you experience originates in consciousness. You think the world is out there, but it's actually unfolding through your awareness because of your awareness. Think of a dream. While you sleep, everything seems real. You walk, talk, feel, fear, love, but then you wake up and realize it was all happening inside you. Now here's the kicker. What if waking life isn't that different? What if this waking world is also a kind of dream? A dream created by the state of your consciousness. Let that settle for a moment. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are conscious of being. This is the foundation of Neville's work. Your assumptions, beliefs, and dominant inner states project themselves onto the screen of life. In other words, you are the projector, and the world is your movie. But most people don't realize they're holding the projector. They think life is happening to them. They react, they struggle, they push, and they wonder why nothing changes. But when you awaken to this truth, that your awareness of being is the source of reality, everything starts to shift. Let's take a practical example. Say someone believes deep down that nothing ever works out for me. They may not say it out loud, but that assumption, repeated silently, creates their state of being. It shapes how they interpret situations, it colors their choices, and the world, ever faithful, reflects that assumption right back to them. See, they say, told you so, and the cycle continues. Now imagine that same person begins to shift internally. They practice assuming, life supports me. Things flow for me, I always find a way. At first it may feel unfamiliar, even false. But as that new assumption takes root, it begins to influence their state. They walk differently, speak differently, expect differently. And what happens next? Reality begins to reflect the new inner truth. This isn't a one-time affirmation, it's a deep, sustained alignment. The world doesn't change when you fight it, it changes when you change your consciousness. Neville said, man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. Let's unpack that. Think of how often we blame the world, the economy, politics, luck, other people. We spend years rearranging the furniture in our lives, jobs, partners, cities, without ever realizing the blueprint never changed. Your outer life is a printout of your inner assumptions, and here's the wild part. It's always been this way, even when you didn't know it. The difference now is, you're becoming aware of the mechanism. So what do you do with this truth? You begin to practice living from the end. This is a core Neville principle. It means you don't just visualize your desire. You become the person who already has it. You dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled. You walk in it, feel it, assume it, not as a future hope, but as a present reality. Why? Because consciousness is reality. And if you embody the state, the world must reflect it. Let's say you desire love. Don't look for it outside. Instead, assume the state. I am loved. I am chosen. I am whole. Let this become your natural vibration. As this state solidifies, the outer world arranges itself to match your inner claim. It's not magic, it's law, the law of consciousness. Now some people ask, but what about the facts? My bank account is empty, I'm alone, I'm stuck. To that, Neville would say, facts are the fruit, consciousness is the root. Change the root and the fruit changes automatically. If you wait for outer change before shifting your inner state, you'll wait forever, because the outer is just the echo. It's the reflection in the mirror. And no one changes a mirror by rearranging the reflection. They change themselves. Neville also emphasized persistence. You don't just imagine once and give up. You persist in the assumption. You make it your home. Even when nothing outside seems to change, you hold the state. because you know the world is only catching up to what you've already become internally. There's a beautiful confidence in this. No need to chase, no need to beg, just assume and persist. Now let's touch on something deeper. If consciousness is the only reality, then everyone you meet is playing out your own assumptions about them. This is a hard pill to swallow, but it's incredibly empowering.